Everyone, we're back again at About Time 2, and this time we're joined by the one and only Archie artist, Evan Stanley. Hey! Hey!
Hello.
Evan, thank you so much for taking a busy time out of your schedule to chat with five nerds while we play a game.
We've multiplied.
We have. We've multiplied. So, Evan, I guess the first point to start off with, Evan, was how did you get introduced to the Sonic franchise?
Introduced to the Sonic franchise? Well, that would have been through my brother. Where do I start? Well, I didn't learn about video games or Sonic when I was little, like most people, because my mom wouldn't let us have video games. So, around when I was 13, my brother and I had our first free access to the internet and a computer. And my brother really got into Newgrounds and all the Flash animations, and there's a ton of Sonic flashes. And so he watched all those and he's like, I'm going to be a Sonic fan. And he buys himself a Genesis and the classic games, and then he tries to play them and he realizes he's terrible at Sonic games. So I was like, I'm not going to be a Sonic fan. Sonic sucks. And then I took the Genesis and played the games. I'm like, it's okay. And then out of sheer boredom one day, I decided to try drawing Tails. And I was instantly addicted to drawing Sonic characters, and I got super into the whole franchise and everything, and I spent 2 years learning everything I could. And then I started making comics.
Nice.
And that was around 2006 and 7, which was a very interesting time to get into the fan base.
Yeah, 2006. What a great year for the Hedgehog.
I believe we call it the year of the Hedgehog.
The year of the Hedgehog. Let's never speak of it again. But
everyone was so happy, and then the game came out.
Horrible ever
since
What, Tails just waited a thing. What?
It's the Buddy Bot.
It's the Buddy Bot.
Oh, I thought that was Tails. It's like
Tails turned into a miniature robot.
It's essentially T-Pup.
yeah.
So obviously you are the penciler for the Archie book of Boom. When you were first I'm gonna retract that. That was a terrible sentence. How did you get the job of being the penciler for the Sonic Boom book? Was that something you applied for, or did it actually come to you?
My boss said, hey Evan, you want to draw Sonic Boom? I'm like, okay. End of story.
I love it when stories have a simple answer like that.
Let's backtrack to how you got involved with Archie, because you've been drawing issues of the main book before Boom.
Oh,
BB.
Yeah, I've been working at Archie since I think 2008. No, not 2008. That's ridiculous.
No.
2012. And let's see. I wanted to work for Archie for years because they're cool. And but I was never brave enough to make a portfolio and send it in. So just purely by happenstance, they were having an art contest. And it was the Sonic versus art contest where you just draw Sonic fighting a bad guy, and I did it, and I totally forgot that I entered, and then I got an email from Paul Kaminsky, the editor-in-chief, and he's like, would you like to try out working freelance for us? I'm like, yes. I actually got up and ran around the house screaming for a little while. And so that's how it started, and I've been steadily doing more and more on the books as I get older and better.
That's awesome. I want to quickly interject, Jonathan, when I said earlier about the color bleeding, look at the floor. Look at the floor in the background in these cutscenes. Graphically, not the best game.
Oh my gosh.
Not the strongest.
Yeah. Whoa.
Yeah, I know, right?
That's weird.
It's nicely designed. It's just not well executed.
It's like a glitch.
This game needed more polish. That's
exactly. I was just gonna say it's not polished, even though.
Evan, have you played Boom yet?
I'm waiting for the copy to arrive. I messed up my payment thing on Amazon, so it got delayed a week. So yeah.
So when you and Ian were tasked with doing the book, how much material from either say the game or the cartoon were you guys given?
From what I understand, when I was kind of, the penciler doesn't get to know a lot about the story development stuff, but from what I understand, Archie was rather confused with whether our comic would be based on the games or the show. So you can see the 4-part cover thing. We didn't know whether or not it was going to be focusing on the game continuity or the show. So you can see we have elements from both, like in the variant covers, because that was what we did first. Like they've got the Enter Beams and Burnbot is there, but there's like ruins in the background that look like a big snake. Because I was like, oh, maybe Lyric will be in it, but. But by the time we have a script, and we knew that we were going to be working primarily off of the show, so that was the style we used.
Probably for the best.
Mm-hmm. And communication can be tricky, but it's all worked out now, I think.
So how much were you given much material from Sega, like here all the character designs, here's what the world would look like?
When we first started out, I had some rough work in progress turnarounds of the 3D models from Big Red Button and stuff I pulled off Google. That's it. And then later, I had some concept art for the 3DS game for the tie-in comic we did for that.
Oh yeah.
Which was very cool. By the time we were doing issue 2 of the comic, we got this awesome pack of like concept art for all of the show. Like every episode, we have development stuff, which helped a ton.
Nice.
Awesome.
Like, and so now there's plenty of, and we have like an official style guide thing now. But at the start, barely anything.
Now let's you do and it's only been done like twice in the Archie Sega relationship, but you do a in-game comic adaptation.
Yeah.
How exactly did that go? I mean, it is also different from like a regular page setup as well.
It's because it was originally, we knew it was going to be on the 3DS. We didn't know, from what I was told, it's like we didn't know exactly what it was going to be used for. We're just told, like, make this tie-in comic thing. We'll make it a downloadable freebie.
Mm-hmm.
Or we thought, like, maybe it'll be a promo at E3, because that's, like, the time it lined up with.
Yeah.
But apparently they decided to bundle it with not with the actual game, which is super cool.
Because I think the last time that was done, they did
Secret Rings.
Sonic Secret Rings had I think it was a Target exclusive.
Yeah,
it came on a separate disc.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, did they specifically say just do panel by panel, or because I know the Secret Rings one they've like spliced together into like an actual into like a fairly normal looking page setup for
the
recreate.
Secret Rings comic was an actual physical printed comic that was given out with the game, I believe. The Boom one is actually in the game digitally. So we knew it was going to be displayed that way, so we had to work with the limitations of the 3DS screen, which was hilarious because I had no idea what the dimensions of a 3DS screen were when I was trying to guess. This will hopefully work. And so,
I'm sorry. I was if you weren't finished with it, I was going to say, talk about how you were a fan beforehand. There's kind of two instances of fan art of yours being kind of used by Sega. One good,
oh yeah,
not so good. Apparently, is your I've just been told by someone in our chat that your art was part of the fan art in Sonic and the Black Knight.
Yeah, I had a piece in that. That was cool. Yeah, I got super excited because I loved Secret Rings, and I was super stoked for Black Knight, and which was also good. And so I entered the fan art contest, and I won. It's this cool little picture of like from Sonic 3 when Sonic finds the mural.
Nice.
Oh wow, yeah.
Now, and Sega recently just started this fan art Friday, which I it's good. It's nice. That they recommended fan art, and the first one was
that sort of thing happens where what happened is Sega's got their fan art contest, and somebody entered one of my pieces, a Sonic Boom fan art that I did, as their own, and everyone got on Sega's case immediately.
Which is good.
And I was kind of flattered, and Sega was really polite and apologetic on Facebook, and they immediately fixed it, so it's all good.
I will kind of say in their I mean, it's kind of weird because you officially have worked with them, but like you can't really expect them to know every single picture
Yeah,
deserve
yeah,
it, you know.
it
Type of thing,
happens,
yeah.
and it's unfortunate that happened on their first.
I know it
fan
wasn't
art,
the
but,
best way for that thing to start.
Yeah, I got no bad blood there.
If on the topic of fan art, you also do, or are still doing while you're doing officially commissioned Sega stuff. You're still doing your fan comic, Ghosts of the Future.
Yep.
Which is in the middle of its like current issue, I think 12.
Yeah, we're in the. Actually, I don't think we've quite hit the halfway point. Issue 12 is kind of long, but yeah. I've got the whole issue made, and I've just got a huge buffer. It's great. I'm gonna waste it all because I'm in school.
Yeah. So how did Ghosts of the Futures get started exactly?
Ghosts of the Future started. I around that time is 2006. Things were happening very fast for me, like with drawing and learning about Sonic back then. I was super stoked for a Sonic 06, and the original basis of Ghosts of the Future was based on the story of that game, just working with some of the elements with like the how things play out in the future in that game. I really liked that, and I got the idea to make fan comics because the Summer of Sonic site in 2006, which is before it was a convention. It was a fan site thing, and it was really cool. And they had all these fan comics, and I read them all. Especially Darkspeed did some speculative fan comics on 06, and I loved them. They were super cool, and so that got me the idea that, like, oh, I'm going to make my own. I'm going to be like Darkspeeds. And, but I really wanted Sonic to be in the comic, but I decided I was going to set it in the future and be starring Silver and whatnot. So I'm like, how can I get Sonic here? He'd be dead. He'll be dead. Yes. And then everything kind of fell into place for the foundation of the plot line. And since then, I've just been, I didn't plan it out very well, but I've been slowly like going back and working things out as I go.
Sonic will never die.
Now the whole comic is pretty much outlined. 2/3 of it are written. It's very exciting.
Oh, so like 2/3 of like the whole story is written?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've written. Me and my writing partner. His name on DeviantArt is I think it's Okita. Yeah. He also goes by Count Yoki or some other places. But yeah, we've written out about 6 or 7 issues from where we are now.
Okay.
Which is very cool.
Okay, so there is like an end game. It's not like
yes, there are going to be about 24 issues total.
Okay.
How are you?
Actually, quickly, we're at this point now where we get a bit more of Lyric's backstory in the game, and this is something like there's certain plot points in the game where like they kind of, it's an issue that say Colors had and Lost World, where like they'll bring up kind of an interesting idea and don't expand it.
Yes.
Like this idea where like the ancients, Lyric's people, I guess, forced him to find these crystals, and in doing so, I guess, poisoned him or like injured him. In fact, now he has to wear this suit. Like, expand on that. That's a pretty good concept. And like, it explains why he's. Although it's weird, like, I guess it kind of explains why he likes robotics, because his plan is he wants to kill everything living and replace it with robots, which kind of, you know.
That doesn't sound familiar at all.
I know,
Yeah,
kind of, you know, it's not even 1,000, just, you know, kind of like Eggman's plan in every single game ever, but whatever. But I kind of like the idea, like he's annoyed that he kind of killed himself doing this thing, but they don't bring it up again, never again. Just I'm mad. Okay, bye.
Yeah. Back to Ghosts of the Future. You recently put in Nicole from like the Archie books and earlier than that Saturday morning cartoon. And I was honestly surprised at the introduction. Like it was really cool. I was like, oh my gosh. Because nothing until that point was really pulled from any other parts of the franchise. What was like the thinking of putting her in there, and is there any other like bits of other parts of the franchise that
Mama Robotnik?
Yes.
That would make John Gray so happy. Well, having Nicole there and other elements like Scourgis in the comic now, that
Oh yeah.
it sort of
Yes.
reflects a lot of what happens in the comics. Story development reflects what happens in my actual life and like what I'm influenced by. So, when I added Nicole, that was when I was first starting to like. I watched Sad I Am. I
Yeah.
was starting to read the comics, and before Nicole, I had invented completely on my own a male Lynx character named Nikolai. No joke. And
Wow.
I was like, oh, he's gonna be my villain. He'll be the bad guy. And then I found out about Nicole, and I'm like, why don't I just use her? She already exists. And so I did that, and I didn't really know what Nicole was like yet at that point. So I'm like, oh, I can make her evil. That won't piss anyone off.
I have to say, I like Evil
And
Nicole
I'm like,
though.
oh dear, I did something horrible. And so I've been working to like give her. It's really actually working out who and what Nicole is, and Ghost of the Future has really fundamentally shaped what the plot of the whole comic is going to be. So I definitely have a plan for her, and it's going to make sense, and I think it'll make a lot of people feel better about things. And but yeah, I've started to add more Archie-related elements to the comic because that's what I work with now.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking about it all the time, so it just kind of seeps in.
I feel really bad because Scourge was like in like 2 pages ago, and I was like, like he's been in it a lot, like more than Nicole.
Doesn't matter. I like Scourge.
I like that. I love that design too.
Wish they
bring him
back in the
that
book.
Ghost Scourge design
Yeah,
is awesome.
The undead design that you gave him is just amazing.
Like
We're
I
gonna,
love
we're
the
gonna get to
skeleton.
see more of his creepy skull look. I'm really
Yeah.
looking forward to that.
That's right. People in the chat, do we have any questions so far for Evan?
So far, someone's just wondering, what do you think of the Boom cartoon?
Oh, actually, right before this, I watched episodes 3 and 4, and the first 2, I was very lukewarm. The pacing did not appeal to me. I think they were really killing a lot of jokes by rushing too much, and there's a lot of things that bugged me just because of the nature of it being a very light comedy cartoon. And I was feeling really down about the whole thing. But after watching episodes 3 and 4, they were really good. They were really funny, especially episode 3. So I'm very happy.
Yeah.
And I've seen a lot of the concept art, and I know they've got some really crazy fun stuff planned, so I'm looking forward to it.
For me, it's like I think the action in episodes 1 and 2 was it didn't, the animation was a bit weird during the fight scenes.
Yeah.
Like it's very stiff in those
The whole
ones.
show has extremely stiff, minimal animation, which does not serve the kind of designs they've made, which are very lush and fluid. And also the comedy is extremely like dialogue based. It sounds like a sitcom.
Yeah.
And the
Sonic
problem is
failed.
they've got a bunch of action hero characters who should be running around and doing crazy slapstick stuff. So I hope they can find a better balance between that.
I would say I was expecting more, like you said, like physical stuff, but I think that I'm loving the dialogue.
Oh yeah,
I do love the
episode
dialogue.
3 was amazing. I was
So
laughing the whole
funny.
time.
When I have to say too, even with episode 3, I wasn't huge on Knuckles and some of the direction that they were going with him, but I like Knuckles. And
My
I
favorite
like Knuckles,
favorite
actually.
joke from all 4 episodes is so dumb. There's a bit in episode 3 where Sonic, Amy, Knuckles, and Sticks kind of arguing with each other, and Tails kind of screams like, "Everyone stop!" and Knuckles is holding Sticks and just drops her,
Yeah.
and that just made me laugh so hard. It was like the sound of him dropping Sticks made me laugh so hard.
If you guys like Knuckles in Boom, you'll really like issue 2 of the Archie comic.
Yeah, because issue 1,
It's-
issue 1 kind of ends on a kind of a cliffhanger
yeah.
featuring
Yeah.
Knuckles, which is
It's gonna be I think it's a 4-part storyline that kind of is semi-episodic, but they're all tied together.
Oh, cool.
nice.
So
Interesting.
issue 2 continues the plot of issue 1 with Knuckles teaming up with Eggman.
Nice.
That's never happened before.
On the topic, On the topic of Knuckles, there is this one panel
Oh yes,
in issue 1 where it's like he's partially shaded, and he has this like there's like this moment
he's
where
grabbing
it's
his cheeks like I understand.
oh no, I was
Well,
gonna say
there's that
where
one.
he,
The angry face.
the angry
angry
face.
face,
I
yeah.
love the
The
angry
Inker
face.
called me. He's like, I love this panel.
I love the one. I love the one where they're talking about the egg golem and like another the cyborg.
The Rock Side.
The Rock.
The
They-
Rock cyborg.
yeah.
I forget how the way. And like Knuckles is being he's having it explained to him, and there's a panel he grabs his cheeks and goes, "I understand." And like the way he looks like a little kid at Christmas. It's just like he's so happy that he kind of understands it. And then
Yeah,
and then in the next
like-
panel he's like, "I don't understand anything. Please explain it again."
It's like he's not Knuckles as we know him, but he's a great character anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
like
So
it.
it's,
I
I
like
can
it.
I can deal with this. This is okay.
Yeah. It took me a while to separate the two and understand that this is not Knuckles, but like you said, he's a great character by himself. If you can
In
do that.
issue 2, I learned to love the Knuckles. That's how it went.
I have to say, I've always been like really impressed with your ability to have the character. Like, you're really great at having them emote and like their emotions coming through. And I think Boom being such a book with or being a franchise in the cartoon and the comic at least having such extremes, I think it's just such a great place to have you play around.
Mm.
Yeah, they gave us. We have these fantastic. They're actually like the animation preset models. Like they showed reference for each of the lip sync things, and they also had expressions. And it's like that was. I had that for Amy, Styx, and Knuckles. And Knuckles' one is amazing. He has the best expressions. His design is. Oh, he's so fun to draw. He works really well.
How do you like his, as Tracy Alley puts it, stupid Lego shoes?
So stupid Lego shoes? Well, he's got stupid Jenga shoes now. He's got I don't know why he has stupid Lego shoes. He just does.
I wanna
He'll
know-
probably punch you if you question him, so...
I just question why they kept Knuckles' stupid shoe design, but they changed Sonic's. Like, that didn't make any sense
Yeah.
to me.
Sonic shoes bug me. I'm like, why didn't you change it? I liked them.
Am I the only one that actually likes the Lego shoes?
No,
I like the
Knuckles
Lego
shoes.
shoes.
I like Knuckles Lego shoes, but I'm like, why would you keep Knuckles' crazy shoe design, but change arguably the most iconic pair of footwear in gaming history?
Because I think Lego shoes are more iconic.
Because I think Sega have a secret partnership with Lego when they had to keep Knuckles' shoes the way they are.
It's like subliminal messaging. Buy Legos.
Buy Legos. I want to just take a second and we just remind everyone that we are here just to raise some money for an amazing little girl who unfortunately has been struck down with just a terrible disease. And again, in the panels underneath, there are, if you click the donate panel, it will take you to Emily's GoFundMe page where you can donate whatever you can spare. Every donation is greatly appreciated. And again, if you donate over $20, you get put into a raffle to win many prizes, and one of which includes a brand new laptop.
Ooh, fancy.
I know, it's pretty sweet. Again, once you have donated, please send me an email at a screenshot of FTA@FindTheComputerRoom so we can just so we know who donated, so we can thank you after the stream is done.
Piggybacking off of that, we're currently at $7,268.
Nice, come on guys. We can. If everyone in the chat donated $5, we would be. We may even surpass what we need.
It's the real superpower of friendship, guys.
It is teamwork. You ruined the Sonic quote.
Yes, didn't say it right.
Yeah. Forgive me, Izuka.
I am sad now.
Forgive me, Izuka, for I have sinned. So, Evan, just going off on you being a Sonic fan, what would you say are your favourite games in the franchise?
Oh, my favorite all time is Sonic 3 Knuckles,
Of
by
course.
far.
Oh, yeah.
Shut up, TJ.
We don't. Problem do you
Don't
have?
do that
What
here.
problems do you have?
Nobody likes Sonic 2.
I love Sonic,
Sonic 2
2.
is my favorite.
Sonic
I
3
don't
Knuckles
like
is
Sonic
mine.
2.
You don't like Sonic 2? Oh, TJ's mad.
It's not bad.
Um,
It's a great game.
I'm
It's
a
just
sad
not
now.
as good as Sonic 3.
I would say it's my least favorite of the classic.
Sonic
You like
2?
one better than
You
two?
like CD better than
You like
2?
CD
Get out my
better than
house!
No, I don't care. I
Scum!
don't. CD, I kind of consider a spin-off.
CD I try to
slash-
ignore as much
Yeah.
as I can.
It's not that bad.
It is.
Evan, what's your favorite 3D game then?
Favorite 3? Oh, let me think about that for a second. I want to. Well, if I'm being honest, it's probably Sonic Adventure 2.
Oh, why would you
If
say that for?
I don't want to be boring.
'Cause it's
though,
awesome.
I'm gonna say Sonic and the Secret Rings.
What? Evan, you were doing so well.
That's my
Oh,
third favorite.
That's Sonic and the Secret Rings is the worst game I have ever played in my life.
Okay. You know how everybody complains about how bad the controls are?
Yeah.
Like, they don't work at all? I am like the one person in the United States that they work for.
Evan, we need you to do an LP of Secret Rings.
I need to do that sometime because you gotta level up and then you gotta play the game because the game is terrible if you don't level up first.
Which that's bad
Okay.
design. Like
I
play.
know it's terrible design, and they don't teach you how to use the customization menu at all,
Nope.
which is even worse.
That's why I prefer Black Knight. Come at me, bro.
It's got apples. That's all I need.
Black Knight they fixed a lot of the problems with Secret Rings, but they also got rid of when Secret Rings is going well, it has a really great rhythm. Like, it feels like you're really doing something, and it's got that fast pace, but it's not overwhelming. But Black Knight feels very choppy.
But Black
Yeah.
Knight has
No
Sonic,
pun intended.
but Black Knight has Sonic committing murder.
Does
Hey, someone needs
He
to.
flat out slices King Arthur in half.
But he's not real.
Shut up. He doesn't know that. He
Oh.
goes into that game pretty fine of committing murder. I love that game.
I also have to say.
Sonic's perspective is very dark in that game.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, the world's gonna end, just let it happen.
I like that because I love when what's her name? The genie goes. Not the genie. The wizard.
Merlina.
Melina, thank you. Melina's like, Sonic, you have to understand this. You will, to win this, you have to kill King Arthur. You will be the lowest of the low. It's not just like, well, guess I can't be the hero every time. I love that line. It's just like, yeah, I know. Murder's fun.
He's been holding back all
He's
these years.
He's wanted to kill Eggman for years. You can finally take it out on this mythological creature.
Well, it's in other parts of the franchise, Sonic does kind of exhibit a very anarchist, I don't care what side I'm on sort of attitude.
I don't care what happens to the world.
You did do a really great adaptation sequel of Secret Rings in Ghosts of the Future too. I liked it. I really liked it.
I was literally ad-libbing that page by page.
Oh really?
No plan, but you know by the end, okay, like the first part, I kind of planned it out, but by the end, like Sonic uses a plot hole to
Yeah.
get his thing back. That was actually a plot hole. That was a real thing.
I like this cutscene where Sonic just takes out Lyric in 2 seconds. Like, why are we playing this game for? Sonic just kicked the crap out of him like right now. Game over.
Sonic's greatest threat.
And Sonic runs very slowly.
Yeah, well,
Well, that's not different for the rest of the game. So.
This is what speed looks like.
Blue streak, kind of slowly
It's
runs
like-
past.
I like this cutscene.
It's like the it's like the Flash or something where they're pressing their hands against the I don't know. It's just weird.
That you don't know.
That you don't know?
I don't know. Never mind.
When Barry Allen and his father
Yeah,
touch
like-
hands in the prison.
Yeah. It's like one of those weird moments,
Yeah.
but with snakes and hedgehogs.
Yeah, so it's just like a man talking to his father in prison. It's just like this hedgehog and a giant snake fighting each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay,
No,
mate.
my real dad.
That's what they should have done. Lyric is Sonic's father, and Shadow's his brother, and
You
Knuckles.
just keep plugging that, don't
Knuckles is the uncle.
I've
Please.
heard about Shadow in this game.
We don't. You missed him. Shadow turns out to be like, Sonic, I'm gonna fight you, and then he goes away and never comes back.
You have friends? Huh. Let me beat you
I
up.
will say I do like Kirk Thornton's delivery of "Save the world, you." I don't know why I like that line.
oh, there's Eggman.
It's Eggman. This is
I love how
amazing.
he's sitting.
Eggman, like Mike Pollock is. He's such the Eggman personality-wise. He's so different.
Doctor, the guy that set you free.
Yes. Eggman is. I will say at this
Call me
point,
boss.
Lyric kind of becomes a Deadly Six. Where he just like takes over Eggman's robots. This is a cutscene from Lost World.
Well, technically, they're his robots, aren't they?
Well, yeah, they.
Yes, but
So
there's
he took over his own robots.
But there's a scene later on where he does it to something else.
Okay. Is the game audio meant to be down or off?
Yeah, so but people can't hear the audio.
We did that because Dawn.
Oh, yeah, I apologise.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
we'll turn back up again. So, Evan, so how much, like, in terms of the back, were you given any story content? Because I know when we just talked to Ian, I know Ian has said in the past when he's adapted games, he's sometimes been given cutscenes. Have you shown any of that stuff, or is it just just for Ian, really?
I was given one cutscene to look at. It was unfinished animation for I believe the intro cutscene of the 3DS game where Amy is fighting Lyric and then she gets the mind control thing on her. I saw that. And I saw it with it was a scratch track voice for Lyrics, who sounded terrible.
Yes.
What did he sound like?
Why does he sound so bad?
What did he sound like? Was it, hello, my name's Lyric?
It was just like this really generic villain voice. And it didn't have any, I think it was either a different read of the line by the same actor, or just the same thing without all the cool reverb stuff on it. It sounded really bad.
And I will say that I can see what you're saying about the graphics now in this hub world.
Oh, just wait for the next one, man.
Yeah, it doesn't look as good now. It's not bad.
Some areas of this game look good, and then some of them just don't. Like, it's weird.
As we said,
Yeah.
this game needed more. Apparently, there's a glitch that makes the graphics look better.
Apparently, there's a glitch.
Apparently, there's a glitch that like makes the shading look better on the game. It's like, okay,
Apparently, there's a glitch where you can finish this in 50 minutes. Too.
you can. If we finish the game, we will replay it and do the Knuckles Infinite Jump.
Yes, please.
He can fly.
Hey, Evan.
Mm-hmm.
Could you talk a little about your artistic process? Like, how do you tackle like a page and layout? And how do you go about crafting a comic book?
Sure. Well, when I get a script from Archie, it's usually the way Ian writes is he'll write things are divided by page and then by panel. So I know how many panels are on each page and what goes down where. But how exactly like the camera's set up and the character's body language and expressions, that's all up to me.
Okay.
So I start with thumbnails, where it's just like a tiny little like 1x2 doodle of what the page, how the panels will be set up on the page, just getting down very basic how everything is, and from there I'll do a rough sketch of the page, and I send that in. I usually send that in for a check. So it's like a full-size rough sketch, so they can see how everything's going out, and if I missed anything, or if something isn't how Ian or Paul wants it, then I'll change it. And then I do finished pencils, and if it's for Archie, then I just mail them in, and that's the end of the page for me.
Okay.
I'll usually do about 5 pages a week,
Oh, cool.
depending on what my school...
Is that kind of like a page a day, or?
Yeah, it's a page a day.
Okay.
So it's like I'll do thumbnails over the weekend usually, and then I'll do thumbs and roughs over the weekend, and then I do finished pencils on weeknights. And if I'm doing my own stuff, it's a slightly different workflow because I'm working by myself.
Yeah.
So I'll do the thumbnail the same. I do my own script, and then I do the thumbnails. That is a weird hippo guy. But yeah. Thumbs, and then I do my pencils digitally, and I skip the inks, and I just go straight to color for like Ghost of the Future, so I can save a little time.
So the pencils for Archie, they're done by hand, but the Ghost of Future is done in computer?
Yes, that's how I'm doing it now. Most of
Okay.
Ghost of the Future was done with physical pencils, but
Okay.
after about halfway through issue 11 and for all of issue 12, I switched to full digital because it just saves a little time and I don't have to go buy paper and stuff. But for Archie, the inkers all work traditionally, so we have to all work on real paper.
Okay.
Oh wow, okay.
So is Archie very like traditional? Like they want to keep the tradition to it, or because I noticed that they just started using letterers that are digital.
Well, part of it is, yes, Archie is a very traditional company, and they work a lot with like on building up good long-term relationships with their freelancers. So they have a lot of people who've been working there for decades and decades
Yeah.
and decades, but also there's a lot of really insanely good inkers who
Yeah.
work traditionally who no longer can get a lot of work in other mainstream comic companies because they've gone full digital and
Yeah.
it slows down their workflows. So Archie can get super great superhero not pencils but inkers and Archie doesn't pay that much, but they will pay.
Yeah.
So
Right.
there's
mean-
like the inker on Boom. This is the first like Toonie book that he's worked on,
Mhm.
and he usually does really good like work for Marvel and DC and whatnot. And it looks so good.
I was gonna we do a podcast called Sonic Says, and that was one thing that I was gonna bring up when we were gonna talk about issue 1 is it is a new inker, and it's like or at least on this book, and like it was really striking to me.
Because I'll.
We have some opinions.
Yeah,
on
I have some
Oh.
opinions on Terry Austin's inks on the main book.
Terry Austin is a legend.
He
But
may be
he is a legend.
recent.
on recent
recent
issues.
issues.
I am not. A pet peeve I have is sometimes what he will do. He will leave lines in the inks, and so there isn't a consistently straight line, and that angers me to the point of I like to set people on fire.
Yeah. Yeah, Terry has his own very distinct style, which it's good, but you have to go in expecting it. Like, if I'm doing
Yeah.
something, I'll want to know that Terry is the one who's inking it, and I will adjust how I do things to suit his style, so it'll work better.
Do you get that heads up?
Mhm.
Do you get that heads up to know which inker?
It's like if I'm working on a specific book, I'll know who the rest of the team is, because that's the pencilers move around a lot, the inkers don't.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I can know who's going to be doing what.
Yeah, because I think Terry Austin has been doing like every issue for forever.
A long time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, he's inked almost everything I've done, unless I was inking my own stuff.
Yeah.
Only recently on Boom did I work with Rick Bryant, and then I just did pencils for a Sonic Universe alt cover that has Jim Amash doing my pencils, which is a first.
Oh, I love Jim.
Okay.
So that's going to be interesting.
Awesome. Well, right.
Sorry for the noise in the background. My roommates are having a party.
we can't even hear it, so don't worry.
Okay.
So now we're getting to everyone's favourite part of the game, the boat section.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I love boats.
Did you like this, Gareth? Genuinely, or?
I'll be honest, it's kind of like a lot of this game. It's a good idea.
But
Needed more work.
There's a qualifier.
Was it better than the hovercraft sections in 06?
What isn't better?
Yeah.
Is it better than the boat level in Chaotix?
I played that.
You played Chaotix?
I've seen like playthroughs of it.
I've never played it, but I love Chaotic so much.
But the game with the characters.
The characters.
Oh, yeah.
Trapdoor under his-
Evan, who's your favourite Chaotix member?
Okay. Oh God.
There's only one right answer.
I'm good. Oh
SPO.
God, no! Don't do that to me.
No, TJ's favourite character, which I respect his favourite character is Vector.
Since I know that you guys have a thing called Find the Computer Room, I'm gonna guess Vector.
Yeah.
TJ's happy. TJ's been validated.
Very happy.
He's been disappointed before. And
I have.
It's made his life.
I'm
Oh
sorry.
no, it has to be SPO. He's clearly ready to go.
Everybody likes SPO.
He's a ninja.
I
Poor
don't
Charlie
care.
doesn't get
Vector's a
any love.
crocodile.
You know, our friend Jack is terribly frightened of crocodiles.
Let's cosplay as Vector every time we see him. Where's the circle bar on the slide?
Oh God!
TJ's face.
I wish you were here, Evan. I wish you were here so you could see
TJ's face light up.
It's an experience.
Well, you should have seen I looked at her art while
Yeah.
we're sitting here talking to her, and her Vector is so good.
His forehead is totally wrong. And I just noticed after I do the issue, I'm like, he has a really sloped forehead. Oh no. I hope nobody notices.
So Evan, who's your favourite character to draw? But both inside the main universe and Boom.
Oh, well, that's different. In Boom, definitely Knuckles. He's the best there. For the main universe, probably just Sonic, because he gets to do all the fun stuff.
Okay.
Now, what about exclusive Archie characters?
Exclusive. Let me think about that for a second. The Freedom Fighters, Antoine and Nicole.
That was a correct answer. Antoine was the correct answer.
Evan, you are speaking to the only Antoine fan in the world.
What?
I love
Antoine is a
Antoine.
gift.
I like
He is a gift. Thank you. Thank you.
If anyone other than Rob Paulson had voiced him in the cartoon, he'd be the most insufferable character of all
Yes,
time.
That's
that is
probably
entirely
true.
Margarine! That's the greatest thing ever.
Oh.
It is too cruel, you fool!
If I ever see Rob Paulson at a convention, I'm gonna get him to try to do that, and he's not gonna remember what it is, and I'm gonna be so sad.
I want him because
Well, hold on. To be fair, he knows all the words to the countries of the world.
That's what I'm saying. I want him to do that as Antoine. That would make one of these days. We will meet Rob Paulson somehow, and we
He
will
just
have
says
him.
France over and over.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just says France like 100 times. That's amazing.
Oh my gosh.
So Chris, I believe we have some. Do we have any more questions?
Yeah,
From the
one
chat?
of them actually related to what we were just talking about. You talked about your favorite characters to draw, I think, in the main and Boom universe. Someone in the chat noted that you like drawing characters from AOSTH, and was wondering if you had any favorites to draw from that.
The only one I've had to draw is Breezy, and I love drawing Breezy.
Oh my gosh.
I forgot about Breezy, but she's probably one, like, maybe, if I get to keep drawing her, oh, thank you, Devin, my boyfriend brought me something to drink. She's probably going to be my third favorite to draw in the comic, because I love that kind of character, and her design is so bad it's good.
I love Breezy. She's
You'll
so
see
bad.
her in issue 267, and I got to draw, I think it's her introduction, like the first time we see her, and she looks amazing.
So how
And she has this terrible suit that looks like it's from the 80s, and I love it.
how different is she as a character from Avengers?
Very different, but in a good way. In a very, very good way. She's gonna be hilarious and awesome.
Now, does she have a lot of different costumes?
I
from the way
don't
it
know yet,
sounds?
but I'm hoping she will. Right now, she just has the one, but I know she's a high-powered businesswoman, and she is. She's involved in the fashion industry on Mobius, so she'll probably have more than one outfit.
I hate this section. The cannons are not good.
Use the water gun.
Why? It's the most what?
But it has a good range.
Oh, it does?
You can twirl it around and get those missiles.
I hate the way the missiles work.
Yeah.
This looks dangerous.
They drowned like a minute ago. Like that is frightening.
This is like a weird. This is like a weird version of that Sparks minigame from Spyro 3.
Oh my god!
Oh
it
my
is.
god, I know.
But 1,000 times worse.
I don't know
Hey,
about
you
that.
won! Yay!
Why don't they just walk?
Why did Knuckles just infinite jump?
Fly or anything besides this?
Well, Tails can't technically fly anymore.
You can't
can
fly
he?
anymore. They took away Tails' ability to fly.
And gave it to Knuckles.
Seriously?
Yeah, we can't fly.
He can only
Oh,
like
that's
hover.
bad, because in
I
the
know.
comics nobody told us that Knuckles and Tails can't fly.
Oh, yeah?
So in issue 2, they're flying all over the place. Knuckles is flying. I'm like, this looks really weird.
Well,
It's weird because Tails flies in the cartoon.
Yeah, I was just gonna
Yeah.
say that. He flies in the cartoon.
For some reason, I guess the game.
He can fly, it's just he's not very good at it. Like, he has to use the air fan things. Oh god. Everyone is dead.
Oh no. I can understand Knuckles not being able to glide because he's so top heavy, I guess.
He's
I
so,
don't know.
he's so buff.
But I was like,
Ruffles.
they were saying, oh, Tails is gliding. I'm like, what?
Tails has lost his defining character trait.
Yeah.
So
Now we just call him Tail.
Just
Tail.
call him Miles.
Catch
Miles.
Tails.
Regular old Miles.
Scrape your knuckles.
That
catch
left
some
a bad
tails.
taste in my mouth.
What did?
Miles.
That's his name, dude.
I know, but
Miles
It
Proud.
shouldn't be his name.
it shouldn't be.
He looks more like a Derek.
What?
I guess.
You need like a room clearing special move to get rid of all the bombs for a second
Yeah.
or something.
Bombs. No.
Oh no!
Get a
that's
load
not.
of this.
Oh, we're actually facing Eggman
Yeah.
now.
No, we went past it. Bye, Eggman. We did. So I just outran you.
That looked like the homing shot.
That did look like a homage shot. I love this bit.
Oh, this river is so boring.
Eggman turned into Shia LaBeouf there for a second.
This is
no,
so
no,
stupid.
no.
You have a machine that can fly. Just keep following them. Eggman.
Yeah, what
And now we're here.
Oh no, a huge waterfall!
What kind of transition was that?
The jump between cutscenes
It
is
needed-
not the smoothest.
It needs like
Yeah.
1 hour later in that stupid
It
font.
needed a today font.
Eggman looking worried about their welfare is.
Well, see, the plan is, Lyric told when Sonic and Tails went to the past, they stole Lyric's map, which he needs to find the crystals. And Lyric said, "Eggman, go find the map, and I'll let you live." And he goes, "Okay."
You know what
But
they
then,
need? They need the map from Dora the Explorer.
Can I just
Because they just call out map and it appears.
Can you guys see a Lyric?
Can I just
Is
interject?
it behind me?
That plot point is so stupid. We're letting Eggman go. He's like, if you get me that map, I'll let you live. Eggman could just run off and never come back.
Yeah, I'm having a problem with
He's
Eggman being
He's
his
not
lackey.
the brightest.
I mean,
Let's face it.
He's Sonic's fiercest foe, according to the trailers I've watched. Jeez. I believe the marketing.
Double kill.
There is a bit where, and it made me want to cry. There's a bit and the one that there was where Knuckles does say, "Come at me, bro." Bot.
Yes.
He
Come
says,
at me,
"Bro,
bro."
bot," but I was like, "Oh no, no."
I fully support this game using memes.
No.
I
No.
know.
You're just gonna date it. Like 10 years from now, you're gonna come back and you're just gonna be so embarrassed.
What?
Sonic himself is like the epitome of the 90s. Like,
What?
it
Yeah,
makes sense.
but
You know, all his zippers and pockets.
What line is worse though? Like Knuckles saying "Come at me, bro, bot," or Sonic going "Rings, nom 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 nom."
I don't have a robot. It's worse.
Yeah.
And
Worse
Stanley said it, so it's correct.
Or
you know?
better.
I put the fires out. You made it worse.
Worse or better?
Gravity. That's a funny line. Gravity.
It's
Do
like,
your
that's just
thing.
your entire argument. You just leave the debate.
Yeah. Worse or better? Drop the mic and walk out. So Evan, what do you have coming up then in terms of the Archie book?
In terms of the Archie book, well, I did the last 5 pages of 267. You already know about Boom 2. And then after that, I actually am switching over to Mega Man to do coloring for a few issues.
Sweet.
I'm coloring, I think, 45 to 47, I think, of Mega Man. And that's going really cool so far. I've done about 8 pages. And then after that, I don't think I'm allowed to tell you.
Oh.
Okay.
But you like this,
But
right?
it's gonna be cool.
Oh,
Evan,
okay.
we're all friends here. No one on the internet's listening. Yeah, you
We'll,
know.
let's turn off. We'll totally turn off the stream. No, don't, no.
Get the
I probably find out at the next Comic-Con, I think.
Oh yeah.
What's a Comic-Con? You're
See if I
saying
can
you're
get
working.
tickets. I don't know.
You're saying you're
I
working
dropped
on
the ball on that, but
Oh, now when you go to like a convention like that, because you've been on the panel for I think San Diego the last 2 years.
yeah, for 2 or 3 years I've been at Comic-Con, San Diego Comic-Con, and I've been on the panels.
So how does Archie treat that or do that? Do they like be like, hey, we're gonna give you some tickets and you're gonna hang out at the booth and stuff, or?
It depends. The first year, well, Comic-Con has a thing where professionals can get tickets for, it's either free or a very discounted rate if you like do this verification thing. The first year I didn't get that done. I just paid regularly and went as a normal attendee. Second year I got the professionals thing. Third year I dropped the ball and Archie had to get me tickets because they get a bunch of tickets and they're allowed to give them to their employees. And then the next year, I am gonna have to get tickets from Archie because I didn't renew my professionals thing, and I was a bad person.
I have to say, sorry to interject, but when Knuckles just had his line, "Hey, there are things inside these things," I've never seen anyone look as deflated as Bobby just looked after hearing that line.
It's like, no, what did they do to Knuckles?
It's not Knuckles. Don't think of it as Knuckles.
It's Buffles.
It's Noodles.
Some
Worse
other guy.
or
He's
better?
really spike fists.
I could just imagine Bobby now making like a Chris Crocker type video. Leave Knuckles alone! Stop ruining him!
Knucklina.
Knuckles, we can call you Knuckles Jr.
You can officially apply to be Knuckles.
We can, no, I have to apply for that. I have to apply to be Knuckles' sidekick.
Sent mine in.
What
Hey,
are your 2 sentences or less on why you would be a great sidekick for Knuckles?
Because they're actually going to put their things inside these things.
Hey Evan, do you ever set up like a booth at a convention? Have you ever done that before?
I have done that with friends at local anime conventions
Yeah.
a few times, like Fanime in San Jose. We often do that, but I am not one for long-term planning or doing paperwork very often. I try and give up halfway, so it doesn't happen very often. And I'm like at Comic-Con, it's much more enjoyable for me to just hang out at the Archie booth for a few hours a day, doing some work there, and then I just have the rest of the time to myself.
Yeah,
I prefer that.
You know, getting swamped with like commissions and having to stick around the booth.
I'm not good at that.
Yeah.
Well, I have to commission because there's a thing where I got Dawn Best that we had on earlier. Before like this was earlier this year in Free Comic Day, there was that room with that Shadow in this game was gonna have like the Hawaiian shirt and sunglasses and stuff. Oh damn, I died there. I had her draw like that version of Boom, and I've recently commissioned Jennifer Hernandez to draw me another version of that. So I need you and Tracy I need to commission you guys to draw Sonic Boom Shadow as the Hawaiian shirt detective.
I just might do that in Ghost Feature instead.
Do it, yes! Make Shadow Shadow can live forever. Make him. He's mellowed out in the 200 years, and he's now just a free-loving detective.
Is that like a future?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Oh, I've been really enjoying the puns, like Coats of Future Past or Coats of the Future.
What was another one? I like the Goats of the Future.
There was Toast, I believe, at one
Goats
point.
of the Future.
I
There's
like.
a couple more we need to do, but I need to remember what they are.
It is a pleasant surprise whenever I go on Tumblr and see one of those.
For Thanksgiving, I should do Roasts of the Future.
That's great.
Oh. I don't know. I think Coates was my favorite because it was the whole Macklemore.
Ever since that video came out, like one of the first times I saw him, like I just see Macklemore come in with the ridiculous coat on. And I'm like, I need to draw Shadow like that. I don't know why, but I need to do it.
And he's on a scooter too with like a Slurpee cup. It's amazing.
What?
You need to check it out. It's amazing.
My professional email, I have that picture of Shadow in the coat with the Slurpee cup. That's my like icon for my Archie email.
Oh hey, I went to New York Comic Con and sat on the Archie, Sonic, and Mega Man panel, and they brought up they showed the Werehog transforming from Sonic cover, and they brought up the point that you sent over the layers, and there was something
Did they
a little
have
extra.
the top hat image or not? They keep forgetting to put it in the slideshow.
They regretfully didn't. Like they were like, "Oh man, I wish we did."
That's the second time they've done that. I can link you that image if you want to show it.
Oh, please do.
Yes,
It's on my Tumblr. Hold on.
Nice.
And what was the file name of that? They said it was like hello my.
The layer was said hello my baby, hello my honey, hello my werehog gal. And like there on top of the thing with no explanation.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
Oh my gosh. I'll be right back. Sorry. It's my mom.
So I actually like this section of the game. I'm just kind of like,
Yeah, it's alright. Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of like Epic Mickey, except
don't
without,
you dare say that again.
Sold it!
except
That
without,
game was terrible.
Soiled
Epic
it!
Mickey.
Soiled
Second
it!
one, yes, but the
Soiled
first
it!
one was good.
I can play Epic
I
Mickey
can't
1. The
think of
camera
one.
was so bad.
Well, yeah, okay, camera stock.
Welcome back, Evan.
Which been a trash talking Epic Mickey.
It looked
Trash-
good.
I liked Epic Mickey.
We don't like you now.
The rest of the stream is just going to be an argument about the merits of Epic Mickey.
Yeah.
There are no merits.
Here it is. I found it.
That's
Oh,
the image.
Evan, we just found it.
Oh my god.
Chris, link that in the chat.
We'll do. Link to Tumblr.
Oh my god. My life
Is now
complete.
complete.
Your life is ruined.
my life is made now. It was ruined beforehand.
Life complete. Ugh.
Sonic Unleashed 2, he has a third transformation where he gets the top hat and cape.
Oh, yes.
Okay, do we have any more questions left in the chat? Because I believe...
Just a general, someone was wondering if you had any tips for new artists.
For new artists, in general, for just learning to draw, I would say the number one thing to do is draw from life. Don't just draw cartoon characters, because you will learn all kinds of terrible habits. And but drawing from life, you learn how to draw everything and anything that you could possibly want to draw, be it real or imagined. And there's nothing harder than reality, because everybody knows what reality is supposed to look like.
Yeah.
Yes.
And draw people. Draw humans, because our brains are hardwired to know exactly how a human is supposed to look.
Also, Evan, I want to take the honors. I think our hour is up. I want to say thank you so much for joining us. I think we have to get Ian Flynn on now. But I'm going to do something that I did earlier with Cindy Robinson, and I apologise because I'm a shameless man. Would you mind recording, because we are such fans of your, and again, we do, again, I said before, we do a Archie comic podcast, which we'd love to get you in for as a guest to just talk really about that, because we love your work. Would you mind recording a little intro for us, just saying your name and saying welcome to findthecomputerroom.com, and we'll love you forever.
So it's Find the Computer Room?
.com.
Okay. Hi, this is Evan Stanley, and welcome to FindTheComputerRoom.com.
I love my life. Thank you so much, Evan. I just want to, and this cut, I like this cutscene when Sonic says we did it, and Knuckles like, you just said